Welcome to this week's special Swarf and Chips takeover show. You do not get much more technical than this. It's our pleasure to welcome Charles and Tom from SMW AUTOBLOK TELBROOK to our studio today. Thank you very much, gents.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Right, okay, do you make parts for the aerospace, oil and gas, medical, automotive industries? No, wait. Do you manufacture parts? Yes. Is the right answer. Perfect, because we are about to show you a Workholding Masterclass. We'll be taking a closer look at how it all started with SMW AUTOBLOK and look at the special fixtures that they manufacture. We learn about the partnership with SMW AUTOBLOK and their standard product range. Colin later on gets to grips with Peter in Technical Corner, and Gio checks how you, Charles, measured up at EMO. So welcome to this week's Swarf and Chips. So thank you very much for joining us on the set here. So, Charles, I've got to ask you, because you've got SMW, AUTOBLOK, TELBROOK all together. There's lots of different brands here and people in the industry might be thinking different things. So can you just tell us how they've all come together and what you do?
Yes, okay. Well, I'll do it back to front to Lindsay. TELBROOK was an independent company owned by Tom and I, and it represented workholding equipment, but bespoke fixturing was our forte. We've joined the SMW AUTOBLOK group. SMW is the German element of that group. AUTOBLOK is a group of Italian companies. So together worldwide we have 22 subsidiaries around the world, and we are the latest addition to the family.
Now, it's quite interesting actually, because I know SMW AUTOBLOK worldwide, and you say there's 20 different companies representing all the products now worldwide. Do you offer something different to any of those other offices?
Yes, we do. We add to the extensive product line of conventional workholding, chuck, steady rest and the like. We add to it bespoke hydraulic fixtures. That is the design, manufacture and installation of the fixtures, which is an area that SMW AUTOBLOK now want to progress into, and they want to use our expertise that we've developed over the last 15 years throughout the group of companies in all the developed countries in the world.
I think that's quite a key area, because I think sometimes workholding is overlooked. I'm not an engineer, but when you speak to a lot of end users, I just think sometimes they've got the best machine tool, they've got the best tooling, but have they got the best fixturing or workholding then?
Yes, workholding has developed considerably. 100 years ago it was simple vise or a chuck. Today it's dedicated workholding, high quality power tools, hydraulic usually, and this is the area that we are specialising in.
Talking about specialising, Gio visited your manufacturing plant, so let's have a look at some examples of some of your specials and fixtures.
Thanks, Lindsay. We're really privileged today. Not many people get to see some of these fixtures. The work that goes into them is just absolutely phenomenal. You really appreciate the kind of skill levels that you have here, Andy.
Yeah, there's a lot of work goes into this, Joe. Design and manufacture, you're talking hundreds of hours.
Now, it's all right looking at these fixtures, and they are, in my opinion, pieces of art. However, what do they actually do? For this particular fixture, what does it do, Andy?
Well, this is for an aerospace component. It was very difficult to do because it's a thin wall part. What we had to do is get the clamping through portholes all around the diameter. So it did prove very difficult for the designers, but they came up with a solution, and it works well.
Now, are the fixtures that you make predominantly for the aerospace industry?
The majority are at the moment. I mean, it's not to say that we don't do it for any other areas. We have done quite a few different industries, and we are diverse. So, we will look at anything. But at the moment, it's predominantly aerospace.
Now, this particular fixture is upside down, and it's a kind of a variant of this particular one here. Now, can you explain the hydraulic system that operates it firstly on this one that's upside down, and then we'll move on to the front end of the fixture.
Sure. Well, this is the fixture's a hydraulic fixture. It's a diaphragm, and also it's got swing clamps. What we try and do with the fixtures now is try and integrate all the hydraulics internally with drilling. We try and eliminate as much of the pipe work as possible because we don't want a massive spaghetti as such in there. We want it nice and clean and easy for the guys to put together. So that's what you've got there.
Simplifying it through, yeah. And that's, I suppose, investing in the latest technology as well.
It is, yeah.
Now, moving on to the front end of this fixture, can you explain what this does, please? And what part it's for?
Basically, again, it's for an aerospace component. And what this does, the component is loaded on. The diaphragm actually rises up, centralizes the part. Once that's centralized, the clamps come on the outside and they actually clamp into an OD groove. Once the clamps are on, the diaphragm then releases and then drops down. And by doing that, it enables the customer then to actually bore the component while it's clamped, thus eliminating quite a few operations that was originally required.
Is this quite unique?
It's unique for us. It's something that we've developed, and I've not seen it anywhere else. So I would say, yeah.
Well, we've got footage of this actually moving, so very, very impressive.
So Tom, when you look at the industry, okay, 5-axis machine tool's been around, what, 15, 20 years. Now, you guys have been very, very successful with chucks. I presume a lot of your specials have actually been developed based on new technology like 5-axis.
Exactly right. Where SMW AUTOBLOK started for us in the UK was through the standard catalogue. Standard catalogue chucks, steady rests, special big bore chucks, air chucks, and the likes of that. Moving on from that, it was quite simple for the same engineers to be asking questions about special design of fixtures and the likes of that. So that's basically where it comes from. And as we've gone on from the first fixture we did was just very, very simple, which was nothing more than a couple of swing clamps and a hole that was bigger than the part so you could put it on centre, to now up to diaphragms of 1600 mil diameter that can clamp apart within 3 or 4 microns. So the progression to hydraulic fixtures now, you know, basically the two products run hand in hand.
Yeah, I mean that's quite interesting, because when you look at some of these fixtures, you know, they must take weeks from design to actually delivery and installation. But I suppose with the aerospace sector, they're so demanding, aren't they?
It changes every day. That's the thing. You can have a demand for something one day, and then that changes. It's now something else. But these are the normal things that we have to manage day in and day out. You know, in terms of deliveries, you know, your delivery priorities can change during the week. So that's, you know, as you've seen within the workshop, we try to keep that as flexible as it can. So we, you know, it's easy for us to move from one product to another product.
I mean, you know, Gio spoke to me earlier and he just says what he loves about you guys, the fact that people who produce work holding, you are the true engineers, because you're producing something for a part that has never even been created yet. That's amazing.
Design is everything.
Yeah.
Design is everything.
Design is everything. We'll take that away from today. But let's go back and have a look at some of the standard product range you have at SMW AUTOBLOK.
Lindsay, we've discussed the special bespoke fixtures, but now I'm with Pete, and we're going to be discussing the standard product range that SMW AUTOBLOK offer. Now, Pete, am I right in saying that you are market leaders in steady rest technology?
We are with the hydraulic steadies. Yes, we are the market leaders with that particular product. We can adapt them to suit any type of machine. So we would need the steady bracket, which is completely designed and manufactured in-house. These are manufactured at the Inkley branch. So they're manufactured and designed to suit a particular machine. The steady rest is an off-the-shelf item, and these are designed to suit either it can go directly on the bed of the machine or onto an existing bracket, an existing base. And it's these that the lead time really is dependent on the bracket, because the steadies are a standard item in stock mostly. The lead time would be dependent on the bracket really.
The bracketry is the clever part. It's something that you also manufacture yourselves here in the UK. You know, what kind of marketplace is there for steady rest? I mean, you also do the manual steady rest that you manufacture completely. Are you seeing a growth in the marketplace?
Yeah, I mean, particularly with the with now becoming part of the SMW AUTOBLOK group. I mean, Telbrook itself has we've been representatives for SMW AUTOBLOK products for the last 20 years or so, and I've enjoyed full support from them. But as of 2017, we joined the group, so we're now part of that group, which can offer a complete range. But also, what we can also do now is we're supplying to partners within that same group. So we're supplying these brackets and these manual steadies to our partners in France and in Germany. So there will be a growth with this particular product worldwide within the group.
Most people, I would say, are very familiar with SMW AUTOBLOK steady rests within the UK market, but you've also got now a complete Workholding standard product range. Can you give us some indication to what different products now that you offer?
Yeah, I mean, the range of products on offer from the group is quite extensive. I mean, we've got the chucks and the steadies, which we are known for. It also includes mandrels and live tooling, but also within that range is the stationary Workholding, which includes 0-point systems, vices and tombstones.
So there you have it, a little bit of an insight into the standard product range that SMW AUTOBLOK Telbrook can offer.
We'll be heading over to Colin in Technical Corner in just a few moments. But, gents, you know, we're talking about a standard product range, but, you know, through any industry, time evolves, products evolve. So any products that you've got that aren't mentioned in any of the videos?
Yeah, what you've just seen there, Lindsay, is a very quick overview of two of the main products of SMW, the steady rest and the quick jaw change chuck there. SMW has come on in leaps and bounds over the last 5-10 years, and we are seriously offering a full range of stationary Workholding equipment, which is the top end of the market for a 5-axis machine tooling, in so much as we have automation in this area now, and I can't tell you much more now. At the minute.
That's all right. That's all right. Just let you know. We'll just get people to get involved.
Is that because it's driven by customers? Everything that you're doing, everything that's maybe new, is it to do with customers?
Yeah, that everything that about SMW AUTOBLOK is all about the customer. That's where everything's led from.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad place.
Any new product is from a suggestion from a customer.
Yeah.
It's then looked at. If there's numbers, it would be made in numbers, and it just develops from there.
And it flows across the rest of the sites.
And just flows across the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Now it's over to Colin in Technical Corner.
Lindsay, thank you very much. Peter, you are the master of Workholding and chucks, is that right? At
We are, yes, at Telbrook, yes.
And you're well known for your quick jaw change solutions, is that correct?
That's right. The KNCSN range of chucks have been in the marketplace now for 30 years or so. This particular model is the latest addition to that range.
Okay. The 2G, I understand, is that right?
The 2G, which stands for second generation.
Lots of money spent on marketing to work that name out.
That's right, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Very briefly, what can I expect from the existing range anyway?
So the existing range, you've got the standard quick jaw change chuck, the KNCSN. We've also got what we call the NB, which has got wider jaws and has also got a selection of base jaws to suit your existing top jaws.
Okay. So I'm thinking quick change, fast, accurate, reliable, repeatable.
Repeatable, yeah.
Absolutely.
The 3 jaws you can change within less than a minute for all 3. There's also the other good feature about this chuck is that you don't need to rebore the jaws once you put them back on the chuck. The repeatability is still maintained. It's within 10 microns.
10 microns. Okay. So this is the 2G version. What's different?
So the 2G, it's a sealed chuck now.
Okay.
So we seal the body to protect the chuck against swarf and protect the internal wedge bars, and each end of the base jaw has got a seal and a cover on as well.
Okay. So, but yeah, reducing that swarf ingress, well, stopping it completely.
Exactly.
And
yes.
then you mentioned lubrication as well. What's happening there?
Yeah, so within the jaw guides, there's additional lubrication channels and grease pockets. And what this enables to do is for the chuck to operate longer, so they significantly improve the interval times for when you need to grease the chuck. So typically on a normal conditions, a KNCSN chuck would be every 20 hours. You'd need to grease the chuck. With this system, it's increased to 40.
So doubling that time, fantastic. Again, just a very brief insight, Peter. Thank you very much. Back to you guys.
So Tom, you've been producing this chuck.
Quick jaw change chuck.
Well, okay, thank you very much. Yeah, that's a lovely chuck.
We're happy with chuck.
Okay, now this has been really popular worldwide, but what
Yeah.
makes it one of the best chucks, in your view, in the world?
Well, it's the original, and over the last 40 years, it's been developed. So everything within inside it has been optimised. The latest version, the 2G version, is fully sealed. Keep out the swarf and the coolant. So, as it said, it was the first, it's the original, and it's the most advanced quick jaw change chuck that's on the market today.
And is it your best seller?
Without a shadow.
There you go. I like that. I like that
Well,
confidence.
that is-
Another part of your business is also the maintenance, the aftercare, the after-sales service. You said earlier, and we speak before the show, and you said they just don't want a chuck in a box, that's it. So what is it that you guys provide?
Well, we always prided ourselves on providing the customer exactly what he wanted, and we produced the accessory parts ourselves, fitted the equipment, gave them advice, the operator, how to operate it on a regular basis safely. And when they get into trouble, we want them, and they do. They give us a call, we'll send an engineer there, or we'll speak to them over the phone and resolve any issue. That's aftercare is an important part of the whole process.
Really, really important. And you've been going for 30 years, and I bet you're still servicing some of the people from 30 years ago.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I'll carry on then. Well, with so much that we've actually got a service centre in the northeast with 3 people in. So that's looking after the likes of Scotland, the northeast, coming down into the top side of Leeds and the likes of that. And then the rest of the country is handled from Nottingham.
So you're servicing across the UK. Talking about the UK, let's put that aside, because I know you flew to EMO recently, didn't you?
Yes.
And Gio spoke to you, and he saw some of your huge selection of chucks. So let's have a look at those.
MTD-CNC are here at EMO 2019, and I'm delighted to be on the stand of SMW AUTOBLOK. Now, Charles, these are some of the products that Telbrook sell in the UK, and there are many. Can you give us a little bit of a brief tour of some of the products that you're exhibiting here at EMO 2019?
Yes, welcome to the stand, Gio. I'll take you around now, if you may then. We'll start off with our premier product, which is quick jaw change systems, which we've specialised in for over 30 years. This is a simple 2-jaw, 3-jaw. Here we have a chuck changing system. Here we have diaphragm chucks, which is very useful in the gear industry. And on the other side we have another range of chucks, and I'll take you over here if I may.
Yeah, no, I mean the chucks are one of your huge products really that you sell in the UK so far, the SMW chucks, and we're going to be reviewing the quick change chucks in the technical corners in the months to come. So these are more stationary products?
Yeah, these are the latest generation of chucks that are fully sealed, and there's a sample of quite a range of products here: steady rest, mandrels, chucks, all kinds of work holding, which is our speciality.
Right, so let's go and work our way around the stand. You've got a lovely stand, by the way, and it's a huge stand.
Yes, this is our biggest stand to date, actually, over 300 square metres. We've got a large group of companies within the organisation specialising in different areas: mandrels, chucking systems, steady rests, different kinds of chucks that you see here, which are indexing chucks now, and this is some of the largest selection we have here. Very large indexing chucks for the oil field industry, of course, and aerospace is also a very big market for us, and so on.
Yeah. I mean, some of the chucks, I mean, I've never seen an indexing chuck to this size. I mean, you know, the oil and gas industry is picking up. I would imagine that you'll be doing well with these again soon.
We have we make these in batches. That's the speciality for us. Is we don't just produce a single large chuck because that's what the inquiry requires. We develop it, produce usually a batch of on the large sizes of at least 5 pieces. This isn't the largest actually. This is we do one that's another 200 millimeters bigger, 1250 millimeter diameter chuck. But they're used internationally in the States and Europe and all the developed countries.
I mean, you've got many other indexing chucks being shown and that are being exhibited here on your stand. You've got even more chucks and work holding products down this side of the stand, and you've even got live tooling here that I can see.
Live tooling has become very successful for us. Since we came into the market just over 10 years ago, we now are, in our opinion, the leading supplier of all kinds of live tooling for all the popular lathes on the market today, and we have been very successful in Europe and in America in this, and now with Telbrook taking this product line on board, we hope to be more successful in the UK.
I mean, how important is it to have all of these standard products also available to you at SMW AUTOBLOK Telbrook to kind of, you know, work alongside your specials and all your bespoke fixtures as well?
Well, for our main customers, which are OEMs and the larger end users in the UK, offering a wide range of products for their lathe and their machining centres. All of these complement the lathe or the machining centre itself. They enhance the performance of the machine. When the machine tool builder can offer quick jaw change chuck as a relatively low cost option on the machine, he's offering his customer something more than he's hitherto been able to do.
So that was a very nice big stand that you had there, and at EMO, funnily enough, we were counting our steps. I was the lowest because I was only there for 2.5 days, but Mark was impressively doing 53,000 steps by the end of the week. But the whole part of what I'm trying to say is we learned so much across EMO about automation, didn't we?
I think every machine tool manufacturer that was showing at EMO, there was an automation even theme to it. You know, for instance, DMG Mori, you know, less machines, more automation. And looking at your stand, yet again, it's the same theme, isn't it? Really, you're catering for that lights out engineering, 24/7 manufacturing process.
Yes, machines are going. There's more demand from the machine today, and you have to consider that the tooling may need changing, the clamping equipment may need changing. So we have to have an automated setup that will change a particular clamping device on one machining centre to another, and it's a natural progression for us.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, no pressure, Tom, but please tell me why everybody watching should go to you, SMW AUTOBLOK Telbrook.
I think the main thing is that we always stick with the job until it's finished. We get the solution. If we don't get it the first time, and there's small little tweaks and whatever, you know, we finish the job. We don't leave anything half finished.
Yeah, I like that confidence.
And my last question to you, Tom, actually, you know, we talk about fixturing, we talk about chucks, we talk about your background, we talk about the sectors that are really changing, automotive, aerospace. Now, I'm sure that your fixturing isn't necessarily going to be as it is in 10, 15 years' time for those sectors.
No, I think the parts that actually come to us will be of a lot greater detail with additive manufacturing. If you look at the likes of that's
Yes.
printed in one.
Yeah.
So you know, you can actually take that, you know, the part is going to change itself because the designers will be able to make anything.
Oh, good answer.
Yeah, you're evolving. Wonderful. Right, thank you, gents. I've got a guest who's going to come on set now.
A small guest.
Gio, who's so excited.
Hello, Gio.
And he's got you some Swarf and Chips goodie bags. There's actually 4 of the guys that have come along today, so we have got 2 spare in the wings for the guys watching as well. So thank you so much, gents. And thank you for being part of Swarf and Chip's Takeover show.
Thanks
Right.
to you guys for pulling this together
Thank you.
for us.
Paul.
No problem at all. No problem
Lindsay.
at all. Right, okay, if you want to comment on the show, please make sure you put your comments in the box below and share the video. Get involved, get in touch with us. And what do we always say at the end of the show, everyone? Keep those spindles turning.